What's up, Cowboy Nation and Cowboy Headquarters, and welcome to the Cowboy Huddle. All right. It is getting ugly in Dallas. Woo! Man, mud slinging and name calling and fingers pointing and woo! Say, man, what is going on in Dallas? Before we get started, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all the followers of this channel. And thank you all newcomers for coming in and helping us get past that 100 mark. Like I always say, we're not a big group, but we're actually growing slowly but surely. And we're just a group of fanatics that are fans of our Cowboys. And this is where we come together and we vent and we talk about our Cowboy and what's going on with our Cowboys without being interrupted by the haters. So, again, thank you guys for helping me, and thank you for liking the video, and thank you for the comment. I've jotted down the new members, the new subscribers, and I say thank you. So let's continue this journey, and I need you guys to be right here on this channel with me to help me figure this thing out, because, boy, we got some stuff going on in Dallas, and it is not looking good. So the question is, what's next? What's next for Dallas? Knowing that we got all these problems going on. So I'm gonna start with Andy Dalton and his play on last week. And I know we're going back over what happened Monday night, but just a little recap before we move on to Washington. But you know, one thing I noticed, because I had time to kind of sit back and analyze the game, what was going on with the game and what was taking place in the game. And I was watching Andy Dalton. I kind of went back and looked at some film on Andy Dalton and his play. So, man, when I say this man, I mean this this team is going down fast and in a hurry. I mean, it's happening like that. It's like one thing after the other. So the Red Rifle gets his started quarterback, and he gets in, and wasn't the best game that he could play. But I was noticing a lot of things about Andy Dalton, what was going on with him. Andy Dalton has a tendency of staring down receivers. When Budda Baker got that one interception, he stared Amari Cooper all the way down. And I've noticed this on several occasions that Andy Dalton does not read his progressions. It's like he locks in on one receiver and that's who he goes with. So I didn't see where he picked up on the blitz. Budda Baker came on a blitz and we had an overload to the right hand side, and he never recognized the blitz, that one blitz where Budda Baker came through there and cleaned his clock. Cleaned his clock right off the BACK. So, yeah, he didn't even recognize the blitz, and that should have been he should have made a call to cause his lineman to shift instead of the double, the combos. He shouldn't have been pulling the combos. He should have had his right from the center to his right side. They all should have shifted. And like what that mean when I shift is shift to the next man. And then, then we would have had, was it Brandon Knight on that side? I think it was, Steele. Terrence Steele was on that side. He would have been able to pick up that blitz, but just didn't see it. But also I'm watching, some of the missed passes that Andy Dalton was making, man. The passes that he was overthrowing and throwing short. So, and I blame Andy Dalton on a lot of this, but at the same time, I see a lot of this as Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is not putting him in a good situation to be great. It just wasn't happening. So, Kellen Moore did not help the situation. So, we don't know where they're going to go from here. So, the next question is, we already know, we've heard about the rumors. Now they're snitching, and now you hear players talking about, that these coaches are not totally prepared. They're even saying that they're really not good at the game. They're talking about the coach. Now, these are a couple of players from inside that are saying this about this. So this right here actually tells you how bad it's getting in the locker room. When you start hearing the murmurs and the mumbles that's going on in the locker room, and these things are starting to leak, and true that, this stuff shouldn't leak. It shouldn't leak. I heard one commentator talked about Seattle, how Seattle, Pete Carroll allows those players on Mondays to where he allows us to tell the truth Mondays. And what he allows the team to do is express or talk about whatever issues they may have to get it out in the open so it doesn't leak like these players had leaked this information to the media over a couple of days ago. So, which we see now that Dallas does not have the Tell the Truth Mondays or the Tell the Truth Wednesday or whatever. But with that being said, so whose fault do you guys think it is? Is it and when I say whose fault it is, as far as the way we're playing, who can we blame for this? So I've heard several people say, it's the players' fault. I've heard several people say it's the coach's fault. I even heard people say it's the owner's fault. But personally, just looking at this team and looking at the lackluster, and I'm not going to call it lackluster, it's just they don't know. These players don't know on this defensive side of the ball. And I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball right now because they just don't know. Because, even though 2 minutes left when they scored the last touchdown, if you notice, oh my gosh, Drake wasn't even trying to score a touchdown, but it was the scheme that was called by Mike Nolan. He had the safeties up in the box as if they were linebackers. And sure enough, when the ball was snapped, they get caught up. Well, Frazier runs through the whole thing. He's going to make a tackle. Then you got Xavier Woods over on his other side, or whoever. It was Donovan Wilson. And he blocks himself. And the dude just shrugged it. So why would you call this play? Why would you call this play? So I personally, I really think that our coaches Mike Nolan is putting our players in bad position. That's basically what I think. It's just, I really feel that Mike Nolan is putting these players in a bad position, and I'm starting to question, does Mike Nolan even know what he's doing? And here we are right now, Wednesday, October 21st, and we're still just the Dallas Cowboys. So my question to you guys is, whose fault is it? Is it the coach's fault that we're in this position? Is it the player's fault that we're in this position? Or is it the owner's fault? People say, why is it the owner's fault? Well, the owner he hired Mike McCarthy. True that. Now, my take on this, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit, now, I'm going to say it like this. Basically, it falls back on coaching. Mike McCarthy, I don't know if he's built a relationship with these players or not, but where it looks like that he hasn't won these players over. And the reason he hadn't won these players over, because they're not believing in his system. They're not believing in the defensive coordinator, and they're not believing in the offensive coordinator. And even though the offense putting up 500 some yards before Dak went down, but at the same time, it still has always been an uphill battle. Say what you may, but and I know Jason Garrett is gone, but we always played a lot better than what we're playing right now. So personally, if your coaches don't have a hold of the locker room and of the team, this is what you're going to get. You're going to start hearing the murmurs. You're going to start hearing the mumbles and the disgruntles and the finger pointing. You're going to start seeing that because they're not believing in it. And you can truly say that, yeah, the talent we have out there in our secondary is not that great, and they're not. But as a coach, it's your job to put them in the best position to be great. You don't have to be great, but just be good. As a coach, a defensive coach, offensive coach, head coach, you have to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. When my son was playing up under Rob Ryan, one thing he said about Rob Ryan, he had a, let me show y'all something. Rob Ryan had a playbook. Oh my gosh. Let me see, I can't. Rob Ryan had a playbook about this thick. Not Rex Ryan. That playbook, my son showed me, said, Pops, look at this. I said, what is this? This is the playbook. That's why Rob Ryan was never successful. His playbook is too much. It's too much. That's why DeMarcus Ware could never do anything when he was playing. And my son, all of them, they all said, it's too much. And what's taking place now, Mike Nolan is putting too much on these backup players or these first-year starter players. They're not ready. You know, I was looking at, and I want you guys to get a chance, go to Facebook and go to our Facebook page. It's called The Information Booth. I put on there the breakdown of why our defense is so bad. It is the game against Seattle. We were actually playing in a zone and we're getting beat. Metcalf was beating us in a zone. Okay? In a zone. How do you get beat in a zone? Well, basically that's what happened. And it wasn't that it was a zone, but Seattle saw the weakness with the zone and the individual, so they drew up plays to draw these players out of position to get open. Again, football is like the game Battleship. Some of y'all probably have never played the game Battleship, but Battleship is, you sank my battleship. It's strategic moves. Everything is strategic moves. It's like being a general. You sending your army to a war. If you don't have strategic moves, you're going to get the hell beat out of you. And that's exactly what Mike Nolan's doing. The same thing with Kellen Moore. They're putting their soldiers in position to get beat. So my question to you guys is the players. And I didn't get back to this, but I was saying, you know, and the reason I say coach is because this was the instant when the 2 minutes when Drake broke that long run. This is why I can't say it's the lack of effort on the players, because when he broke that long run, them guys was running after him. They were running. I mean, they was actually putting effort in trying to catch the guy. So, you know, you can't say it wasn't effort because it's effort. They just do not believe in the system. So the guys was running trying to catch, but you put them in the wrong scheme. So basically, Mike Nolan, listen, dude, listen. Number one, your skull is too thick, and you don't want to listen to nobody. I don't give a fat rat how long you've been around, but you need to humble yourself and put these guys in a better position, because you're losing them. And when you lose them, you break their you break their toughness. You break them down mentally, and now they just show up because they feel that there's no hope. It's your job as defensive coordinator to put them in good situation and build these boys back up. Personally. So again, I don't think it's the lack of effort of the players, and I know people say, well, you know, they need to be questioning themselves. Well, just look at the play calling. Same thing on the offensive side of the ball. We're trying to throw these long, deep passes with a makeshift line. Like I say, big thumbs up to our front line, you know, with the makeshift. You know, did you guys know that both our tackles are undrafted tackles? Our right tackle and our left tackle. And we haven't made any moves. So again, I'm all over the place, but I wanted to say, so who do you think is at fault for us and our lack of production that's going on with this team? You tell me. It's crazy. And you know what? The last couple of days I've been waiting. I've been waiting to hear some breaking news. We should have heard breaking news on yesterday at 12 o'clock. There should have been some breaking news. Because right now, Mike Nolan still has a job. We still have no Earl Thomas. What else I put down here? And no new offensive tackles. No breaking news. Wade Phillips sent out a tweet and somebody asked him, hey, Wade, what's going on? He said, nothing. Watching and waiting. Wade Phillips may not be a head coach, but he did take the Rams to the Super Bowl with his defense, Mr. Fixit. Why haven't we called him? Why haven't we called Mr. Fixit? So basically, it seems right now, we're just going to ride this thing out. We're just going to ride this thing out. And this is all done on Mike McCarthy's watch. Hate to say it, Mike. This is on your watch, buddy. And it makes you wonder now, even though you had Aaron Rodgers, you won a Super Bowl, and they still fired you. Makes you wonder. And I am the one, I pushed to get you here. I said, well, man, you know, here we need someone that's going to come in here with some experience and know how to get this team up to par in a short period of time. God almighty, dude. And I did the last 2 weeks, 2 videos ago, I did one about the comparison of Jimmy Johnson and Mike McCarthy. You think Jimmy Johnson would put up with this right now? Do you think Jimmy Johnson would even be putting up with this right now? Ain't no way. So no breaking news. Nothing new. Nothing new at all. We're just going to ride this thing out. I have no idea. I've been trying to figure it out, but now we know. But there's some problems in the locker room, guys. And you know what? Now we really see how much Dak meant to this team. Because right now, man, there's no leader on this. There's no leader on this team outside of Dak. I don't see nobody stepping up. I was hoping that Andy Dalton was going to get out there and rally this team around him and say, okay, guys, let's do this. Let's get this thing. It was Andy Dalton looking to the sideline like he looking for guidance instead of guiding the team. DeMarcus Lawrence, I don't know where you are. I mean, you know, somebody need to cut somebody out. Coach, you need to cut the players out. Jerry Jones, you need to cuss the coaches out. Players, y'all need to cuss the coaches out. Somebody need to turn over some tables. And you remember when old Charles Haley threw that helmet through the wall? He meant that. That's his passion for the game. So anyway, we know now that what that, how much Dak meant to the team, man. Because we are experiencing a straight meltdown, which leads us to wonder what's going to happen with Dak. Will he get paid? Will he be franchised? Oh man, only time can tell. Dak was a man that betted on himself. He betted on himself. And come next season, we'll know if he crapped out or not. But anyway, so let's get on down here to this injury report. So we know we got Zach Martin. He's out with a concussion. Oh, did I let you guys know? Brandon Knight, the one that backed up Martin, he got a knee issue. Layout College, we know he's still out. Tyron Smith is still out. The only starter that we got, that the original starter, is Connor Williams. That's where we are. So we got a makeshift line. A makeshift line without our starting quarterback. Boy, that takes a whole lot out of your team. Your quarterback is down and your front line is down. Personally, if it's me, I can't run that same offense, man. I can't run the same offense that I've been running with Dak. It's not rocket science. I have to do stuff. And if I am, I'm going to throw more screen passes, screen right, screen left, and more quick slants. And if when I run the ball, I'm going with a double tight, maybe with a fullback, and you got to change the game. You can't do what you was doing. You don't have the line to do what you was doing. So as y'all know, we got Washington Sunday. Oh my gosh. We got Washington Sunday. Oh my gosh. Oh, cuz what we gonna do, man? We're gonna drink beer, smoke cigars, and just enjoy the good music. We don't have to turn the game. We don't have to turn the sound to the game on this week, man. Just let the music roll. We puff our cigars and drink our beer and enjoy each other's company, man. What you think, Hot Dog, Double O, Black? What y'all think? Mike Nolan still has a job. Kellen Moore still has a job. Mike McCarthy still has a job. So there you have it. We on the laughing stock, y'all. They say the Cowboys haven't given up this many points since 1961. 1961 was the last time that Dallas gave up this many points in a season. Does anybody recognize that the building's on fire? Or is everybody just saying, well, that's just smoke? Somebody's barbecuing in the backyard. Okay, y'all. I'm not gonna stress behind this, man. It's we'll get together. We'll do a matchup on Saturday, and we'll match up to Washington as we play for the win in the NFC least. Oh my gosh. There it is. It's laid out for you. Hey, just win. Win your division. Hell, we can't even do that. But anyway, man, I just wanted to get on here, man, and talk to you guys that there is trouble in Dallas. There is trouble in Dallas. So the question lies, what's next for the Dallas Cowboys?